Welcome to Integrity Inspire, your daily dose of inspiration and motivation, featuring the bright and talented members of the Integrity Marketing Group family. Now, here's your host, Integrity co-founder and CEO, Brian W. Adams.
All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for joining today's Live Inspire podcast. So excited to reconnect with everybody, share some updates, an exciting announcement, and just say how grateful we are for all of you here as part of the Integrity family. Before we get started, I want to go through a few updates. And one of them, as many of you know, and as many people have asked us, there's been a national mandate put in place by the federal government about COVID vaccine for companies that are 100 employees or more. Well, we are quite a bit larger than 100 employees. Last count, we've got over 5,500 employees. So this is of particular interest to all of us. And so we've been monitoring this information and have a team looking into this and what it means for all of us. And we're working to make sure that we're prepared to abide by any of the government rules. However, at this stage, what we understand is it's going to take quite a lot of time for the government to be able to institute a rule such as this. I'm sure there'll be a lot of challenges around this as well. And so really, as we've even heard, it could take as long as from a year from now for a rule like this to be instituted. And so I just wanted to make sure that everyone on this call knew that we were looking into it, understood it, have a team monitoring it. But at this time, we don't have any plans to start that process today. And so we'll have plenty of clear communication for everyone as we go through that. But I just, as I've gotten a lot of text and phone calls about this, I just wanted to make sure that you all knew that we are certainly monitoring it, but there's nothing that we need to do at this moment. However, we do want to make sure that everybody knows that we give paid time off for everybody to go out and get your vaccine. We are also worked out a deal here in Dallas where we brought in a company to set up in one of our conference rooms and give people the vaccine who wanted it, that volunteered for it. And we're doing that with some other offices. So if your office would like more information about that, then please reach out to your HR business partner and we'll try to make sure that we're helping you guys facilitate that. I personally have the vaccine. I personally am excited to get the third dose of it, just out of an abundance of caution. But I just want you guys to know that we're doing everything we can to monitor this. And then finally, we're giving people paid time off to go and get the vaccine if you so choose. But there's nothing to do for us or no announcements at this time. And we'll be clearly communicating in advance if there is any changes to that kind of policy. So I just wanted to make sure that you heard that. The other thing I was reminded about, I was at the Medicare conference. I'll talk about that here in a second, but at the Medicare conference in Chicago this last week. First of all, man, it was great to see all of us come back together. And there were so many of our Integrity Platform partners and friends that were there. And so I just want to thank everybody who came together as part of that. And I had the opportunity to speak on some of the global mega trends about Medicare. We had a bunch of our incredible leaders that got to speak. And that was one of the coolest things, is seeing how many of our leaders were recognized as leaders in the industry and asked to speak and just did an amazing job. And I got to say that our events team knocked it out of the park and literally took over this entire hotel to really highlight the Integrity brand and everything that we're doing. And so it's times like that that make you so proud to be an Integrity partner. And I know that we've shared some of that on social media, and we'll certainly share some more of that as we go through. But one of the conversations I had was with two people, Meredith Stenhoff and Karen Fredericks. And we talked a little bit about just what this Integrity family is all about, and how some of the coolest things that we've done is when we've come together and really lifted each other up in times of trouble. And we talked about when Tony Bettis had his car accident and how many people prayed for him and continue to pray for him as he continues to recover from that accident, from Tony Bettis at Elder Care. When Brianna Kozlowski and Rich and Victoria Kozlowski's daughter had the tragic accident a little over a year ago with the golf cart and had traumatic brain injury and just the miraculous recovery that she's made. And Meredith and I were talking about how cool it was to see everybody pray and come together, and just the miracle that she is in that. And then even how Karen Fredericks and her team led this kind of drive to give them Christmas and to bring in gifts. And as they were getting back from the hospital, we talked about Karen Fredericks' mom and the legacy she left and how people rallied around Karen, and then certainly my situation with my son Asher and how people have always come around us. And so I think that there's this special power of community, of living out your core values when people come together, when people are in times of need. And this morning I got a call from Tom Sheath, one of their co-founders, and Mike Wingate, another co-founder. Tom and Mike are brother-in-laws. Mike's parents and Tom's in-laws this weekend were driving home from vacation and were involved in a head-on collision and are both in the intensive care unit as we speak, both on ventilators, both in really bad shape. And Tom called me this morning and just said, would you and Robin pray for us and just, make sure that we knew that Skip and Marilyn Wingate were involved in this accident. And I got to tell you, Skip founded Premier Marketing. Skip is a legend in the business. I'm not sure if there's any better people in this world than Skip and Marilyn Wingate. And so when Tom called me about that, I said, would you mind if I tell the entire Integrity family? So I just wanted to ask you guys, especially as we remember how powerful it is that we come together, to really keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Skip and Marilyn Wingate are just two amazing individuals, and we wouldn't have Integrity here today if it weren't for Skip and Marilyn. And so on behalf of Tom and Mike, their entire families, I would ask you to keep them in your thoughts and prayers. I want to make sure we give them space to figure out what's going on, but they're in the ICU right now and really fighting hard. So I would ask you to just keep them in your thoughts and prayers as part of that. And there's so many of these exciting ways that we do a lot of fun things, but I think some of the deepest moments that we have as a family, it's when we come together for people like I just mentioned. And so Skip and Marilyn, we wish you the best, and we're praying for you. Mike and Tom, we're here for you. No matter what you need at all, we love you guys. And one of the things we're also excited about is the opportunity for us to serve more people. We talk about being here for people at the worst day of their life or the toughest days of their life. And just like Skip and Marilyn and the family being in the hospital right now, this is where the family gets to focus on recovery. But thankfully, they've got great health insurance that takes care of the financial aspect of that. And this AEP, we get to serve more people. And this annual enrollment period, which is about to kick off in about a month's time, is such an incredible opportunity for us to come out and really do what we do best, is serve people. And this is a really noble business that we are in. And what I mean by that is we get to help people make sure that they're taken care of. And we really get to serve hundreds of thousands of people with making their health care decisions so that at some point, if they're at a hospital or going through a traumatic event, that they have the right coverage for that. And so our team has been working incredibly hard to really focus on this AEP so that we can do our best to serve more Americans. And so we're having a virtual AEP kickoff event this Thursday. It's being held virtually this year for a couple of reasons. One, because of COVID. Two, because we can reach more of our team members. And so we've invited a ton of our team members, and we expect close to 1,000 of our employees to actually be on this call, a lot of our leaders to be on this virtual event, to where you can learn more about what we're doing to come together to support all of you and to support all of our agents to help them be more successful than ever before. And so we've got a lot of incredible leaders lined up for this virtual event. Please take the time and join us on that. And if you didn't get the invite, talk to your manager. Say, hey, do you mind if I sit in on that? We had one of our teams here in Dallas say, our HR team said, we would like to learn more about this because it will help us understand the business better. Can we join? And we said, of course, we'd love for that. And so please plan on joining us this Thursday and really understand and really see some of the incredible things that we're doing. In addition, whenever the fourth quarter comes around, it is game time for us. And this is really an incredible opportunity for us to just keep up our energy, keep up our focus on serving more people. And so we're going to have a lot of exciting things as part of Game Time. We're going to fill a lot of contests. We got a lot of cool swag we're going to be sending out to all of our partners. And starting in October, it's Game Time. It's the fourth quarter. That's where champions rise up and finish strong. And we're going to be doing some really cool things. But one of the cool things is understanding that the fourth quarter really starts in October, and we've got a lot of work to do. We're going to be really focusing this time called Wellness Week, where we know that's going to be incredibly busy, and especially with AEP and all the new initiatives and things that we're going to be doing. So this is going to be a week-long effort of helping our families stay laser-focused and motivated with some tips and tricks on keeping us cool as the fourth quarter heats up. And so really want to make sure that everybody is taking care of yourself during this time. Make sure that we're focusing on self-care in a lot of ways, but also make sure that we stay healthy during this time so we can serve more people. And then when Game Time hits, we're going to have just an amazing time this year, especially for all the new partners that have joined us since that time. It is going to be an exceptional time for us to come together and do some amazing things. And our team is laser focused on that. And so get ready for a lot of communication around Game Time, a lot of fun, a lot of cool contests. Can't wait to see where we go with that. And then finally, we have another exciting announcement that I want to share with everybody today. We have just continued to have week after week of amazing announcements here at Integrity. And one of the things that we believe is that there are two main concerns for people as they get older. It's really focused on their health and their wealth. And depending on where their health is, depends on where they would rank those two. But one of the things I think we've done an amazing job in is really helping people with their life and health insurance needs. But one of the ways we've been continuing to look at ways to serve people is with their wealth planning needs. And today I'm excited to announce that Aegis Financial has joined Integrity. And as part of this partnership, Darin Lucas, president of Aegis, and Carl Muehlemeyer, COO of Aegis, and both owners of Aegis, will be joining us as managing partners. Aegis is headquartered in Denver, Colorado, and they support an expansive network of licensed independent agents offering a variety of annuity, life insurance, and retirement planning products. Their emphasis on client care has helped them build a solid reputation for almost 30 years that they've been in business, and it's one of the big reasons that we are so excited to partner with Aegis Financial. By joining Integrity, Aegis Financial will gain access to a lot of different shared services and technology and resources, but we also will gain a lot of access to their amazing sales systems and products that they help people with their wealth planning needs. And I could not be more excited to introduce all of you today to Darin and Carl. Darin and Carl, thank you guys for joining us. We are so excited to finally be here and have you guys join us.
We're very glad to be here, too. It's been a road, but we are here.
Well, hey, guys, we started this idea with Inspire to just give people hope and to come together on a weekly basis to really talk about some of the great things that are going on here at the Integrity platform. As we started this, we kind of, every time I would ask somebody if they wanted to sing a song, just to kind of break the ice. Most people never take me up on this, and Darin, I understand that you're not interested in taking me up on that either, which I don't blame you. There's no way in the world I would sing. But Carl stepped up like the leader he is and said, I'll do it. So, Carl, I understand you got us a song, baby. But this very rarely happens, but it's happened more here lately, which is maybe a good trend for us. So, Carl, what are you singing for us today, my friend?
So, oddly enough, I just happen to have a guitar around my neck, which is crazy. I mean, the chances to be on the call and actually have a guitar around my neck. You know, when they told me about, first of all, good morning, everybody. It is such an honor to be on the podcast. You know, when they told us about the tradition and singing, I thought to myself, what in the world am I going to sing? And then it hit me. The only real singer-songwriter artist that I could sing would be Bryan Adams, of course. What else would you say? So I'm going to sing just a quick little blurb from one of Bryan Adams' songs. Is that okay?
I would love to hear it, man. I'd love to hear it.
Okay. Here goes.
I got my first real 16 down at the 5 and dime. Laid it to my fingers and was the summer of 69. Me and some guys from school had a band and we tried real hard. Jimmy quit, Joey got married. Should've known, never get far. There you go.
That was actually all. Did you really play the guitar?
Yeah. That's
You're
that's kind of what
multi-talented. You got the coolest mustache of anybody I've ever seen, and you're like talented. You're good at everything. It must be nice to be so good at everything. That was pretty amazing, man. We had this thing called Integrity Idol about a year ago. That we may have to bring back, have Integrity Idol 2, just to have you jump in on that.
Count me in.
Well, guys, hey, this is a big day. This is a huge day for Integrity. And whenever we partnered with Brokers International, the first people that Mark Williams at Brokers International said, or we talked to, said, you have to talk to Aegis Financial. You guys have to get together. We flew out to meet with you guys, and we just hit it off. I mean, this was I don't know if there was there's very few times that you just sat down with somebody and go, okay, we got to figure this out. Let's get this done because there's so much more we could do together. And then meeting your team of amazing marketing team just made me go, oh, my gosh, this is even better than we thought. And so there's going to be so many exciting things that we could do. For those on the call who may not know as much about Aegis, I'd love for you guys to just give kind of an overview because, listen, we recognize how important it is to give partners the freedom to run their own business and to continue to grow. But what I think you guys bring to the table is even more than that, to help even other partners grow their business. So if you guys don't mind, tell us a little bit more about Aegis and how you guys got in business.
You want to take that, Carl?
No, go ahead, Darin. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, really, back in 1995, looking at the industry and everything that was going on, we kind of made a conscious decision that we wanted to build relationships with advisors really on a one-on-one basis. And we continued that for 26 years. We don't stop that. We used to fly out, meet them, talk to them, why are you in this industry? What are you doing this for? What are your goals, your family? What inspires you? And that's really how we built our relationships one at a time with our advisors. When it comes to day-to-day operations, we still do that. They call in and say, I've got a client with this and this problem, and we go solve that problem. We are not focused on one specific product, one specific company. We make the product fit the problem. And we build cases every day just based on that. When we have our conventions every year, it's like a big family reunion, especially the one last year that came at the end of COVID. It was a wild time to see everybody again. We'd all been pent up and kept away from each other. And that's just kind of the spirit and the culture of Aegis Financial. We don't have 50, 70,000 agents. We have just friends and family. And that's the way we keep it, and that's the way we like it.
Yeah, just to expand on that a little bit as well. I mean, we are always working to create meaningful relationships, and not just with our clients, with our agents, of course, but also with everyone in the office and our team, and having that connection with people is so very, very important, of course.
I think that aligns perfectly, and that's one of the things we noticed whenever we first got together is just how perfectly we're aligned at their core values. How did you guys start? Darin, how did you guys start this business?
Well, to make a long story as short as possible, I grew up in the industry. I grew up in the hallways of Brokers International with Roger McCarty and Byron Lucas, my father. I stuffed envelopes when I was 5 years old. I wrote my high school and college thesis on an FMO. And, of course, when you come down out of college, you're smarter than your dad ever was and all that kind of stuff, and you can do it better, faster, quicker, and harder. But we just, Carl and I came down from college and thought, there's big FMOs and there's these super shops and there's this going on, that going on. And we just wanted to focus on a much smaller segment of the agent population and give them what they needed on a daily basis. So it was kind of just a lifetime learning experience of being in the industry for me.
And as I recall the story, you moved out to Colorado so you could ski more, right? You're kind of like a world-class skier. And you guys started this business when you, I think, had a few $1,000s in your pocket. You decided to go out on your own, and both of your wives were pregnant, right? I mean, it was like if there was like this idea of like hard, like overcoming some odds, and you're still wanting to ski all the time, that had to be quite the challenge of getting started.
Yeah, that's all true. About $2,000 in the bank and 2 pregnant wives. we had 2 desks with a divider between us, holding the desk up, and 2 phones. And that's what we did. Is we fly out, we'd meet agents and call them and talk to them. And when you have a pregnant wife, there's a special motivation to get up in the morning and go to work. There's no doubt when you're about 25 years old. It changes things fast.
Oh my gosh!
It's amazing, when we look back at those times, how quickly we forget, where things started. I mean, Darin's right. I mean, there's nothing going to motivate you more than having your wife pregnant at home. But I mean, I think it was just really our love of this business and our desire to serve people. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, when you look back on it, it's. I think it's a pretty cool story, of course. But at the time, we're just doing what we love to do, and I wanted to point out too. That's one of the reasons we loved Integrity so much, and the idea of this partnership, because of you guys value family so much. And Darin is my brother-in-law. He's not only my business partner; he's my brother-in-law. So I married his little baby sister. So, I mean, it is a family business, and that was one of the things that we just absolutely loved about Integrity.
Well, and you heard me kind of starting out just talking about family and how one of the ways that we've come together, I think, sets us apart is it's not just about business. It's about what we can do for American families, but also our own families, and being here together for our own families. It's one of the most encouraging things. I'm just getting blown up by texts right now of people who, not only are excited by you guys joining, but also, concerned about Tom and Mike's family, who are also brother-in-laws. I'm just inspired when I see so many people coming together for family, which I think is so cool, that you guys are also family. And your organization, man, when we got together in Denver with all your team, the one thing I would say is it felt like family. It felt like, and it just was one of those things with all of your ladies and gentlemen that work with you guys are just amazing people, first and foremost, but they're excited about working together, one, and they're excited about serving others, too, which is really exciting. You guys have just an amazing team that you guys have assembled. A lot of times you find businesses that are really about the founder and kind of about the business partner that leads it. But one of the things I think that differentiates you guys is it's certainly about you, the two of you. You guys are just icons. But your team, you guys have really made it about your team in a lot of ways, and you have one of the most talented teams out there. I'd love for you to just really quickly just share a little bit more about that kind of culture you guys have built, because I think that really separates you guys in the industry.
You're absolutely right, Brian. I mean, we have been so incredibly blessed and fortunate to put together the team that we have over the last 26 years. Our sales team in particular. We've always, we have such little turnover, such very little turnover. It's a business within a business model. So, each one of these guys is really building their own business inside of a business, and they take ownership of that. And, it's just the culture that we've created. We sort of work hard, play hard, and it really, I don't just say this, it really is a pleasure. I look forward, and I think everyone does in our office, to go to work every day, because obviously we spend a lot of time with our work family. So it's so important to enjoy each other and enjoy what you do. And we really, truly have that culture in our office.
I think that is, it's evident, first of all. It's super evident. And that's why you've been so successful. And you guys have been so successful. You're growing so fast. Even through COVID, you guys had a record year. You're continuing to grow. Tell me why today you guys are excited about joining Integrity.
Go ahead, Darin.
I love your corporate culture. We are just absolutely ecstatic to get out and meet everybody that's just like us, that's focused on their businesses, their families. I think we're going to find synergies that are just incredible. I mean, it's kind of lit a new fire underneath me. I can't wait. I used to go out and just shaking hands and meeting people and meeting agents, and the business kind of took off on its own and kind of put me in the dust. But now to go back out and meet new people, meet new ideas, and just meet personalities and what makes you tick and who you are, we are absolutely ecstatic about this opportunity to just not even grow just professionally, but personally as well as a company and as a whole. We are just excited as we can be.
Yeah, and I can just say a couple things about that too. That it's when we sat down with you guys, Brian, honestly, with you and Eric, and started talking about this opportunity, I mean, it to be very honest, it almost sounded too good to be true. And I keep saying this constantly. It's because it's the best of both worlds. We get to continue to do what we do in the business and with the people that we love. But now we have this incredible partnership that brings so much new opportunity for not just for Darin and I, but for our entire team. So it really is the best of all worlds.
And there's so much excitement. I know whenever we sat down, we just started talking about what you guys could help bring to the Integrity family and how we could work together and do some really cool things. I think there's going to be just so many opportunities. And just like what Darin just said, I can't wait for all of us to get back together so that we can start collaborating on those opportunities, because there's a lot of ways we can serve even more families. And before we wrap up here, Darin, you said something that made me just remember something I want to highlight. You talked about the culture of family, especially now that we're remembering 9/11 and just everything that's gone on. I can't believe it's been 20 years. I can remember exactly where I was. I think every one of us can. And I remember that idea of how just the country came together. And my prayer this weekend, frankly, was let us live like September 12th again, that when the country just came together, we were all one, and we were looking for ways to serve each other. And I know when we were talking, one of the things that you're so proud of, and I'm so proud of for you as well, is that your son's also a Marine, and he's serving right now, right? So I'd love for you to tell just a little bit about him and his service, especially kind of with the backdrop of 9/11 today.
Sure, absolutely. My father was a Marine, so I was raised a Marine. So I don't know if I'm a de facto Marine, having a drill instructor as a father, but when Jameson was in the 8th grade, he wrote me a letter. We'd been to Normandy and London several times, and I always thought maybe he'd go Army. We're kind of World War II buffs. And he wrote me a letter and just said, if I'm going to do this, I want to be the best of the best, and I want to be a United States Marine. And he did. He's 5 years in, and he's on this fast track. He's a sergeant now. Just got back from Saipan and Guam last Friday after a 20-day deployment there. So he absolutely loves it. He loves his job. He loves what he does. And to him, it's not even a job, but he absolutely enjoys it. And of course, we're thrilled what he's doing and how he's doing it. He's been in Romania and been all over. And I'm trying to talk him into going to Okinawa so I can go visit him. But we'll see if that happens or not. But yeah, he is a United States Marine, and he just loves what he does.
Wow. Well, listen, my dad is a Marine. I once said my dad was a Marine, and my dad very quickly corrected me that once a Marine, always a Marine. And so I grew up in a Marine household as well. And I know we've got great people. Scott Riddle is a Marine. We've got a lot of others, partners that have served. One of our guys, Ben Michael, is a Marine captain. He works on a lot of new deals for us with Eric. And so on behalf of all of us, I'd ask you to just tell him thank you for all of us, especially with all the things that have gone on and are going on in the world. Thank you for serving us. I don't know if there's anything more noble, frankly, than serving your country like that. And so please tell him that for us and shoot me his address. I'd love to send him some money to buy him and his buddies a beer, especially with everything that's going on. Speaking of somebody who has served his country well, we wouldn't be here today on this call without Mark Williams at Brokers International, who introduced us. And as soon as we did our deal with Brokers International, I think it was like that day, Mark said, you guys have got to meet Carl and Darin at Aegis. So I wanted to invite Mark on just to say congratulations to everyone here.
Hey, thanks, Brian. Good morning, everybody. I am super excited about the newest partnership that we have. We have had the opportunity to work with both Darin and Carl now for over 20 years. Personally, a great relationship with both of them and their office. We have worked with them consistently, and they are one of our biggest advocates, biggest supporters, and biggest writers of annuity premium here at Brokers International. So I can't express enough how thrilled I am. We are now partners in more than just our traditional way of doing business. We're actually business partners together, and super excited. So welcome aboard to Aegis and Darin and Carl. We are super thrilled to have you.
Thank you so much, Mark. I can't tell you how honored Darin and I are that you trusted us enough to make this introduction with Brian and the team. So thank you to you. We're equally as excited.
Yeah, I have to just echo that. We are absolutely stoked. Now that everything's passed, Aegis Financial is a culture. We're not used to sitting still. We're ready to turn and burn. We are ready to go to work and absolutely have fun.
Oh my God, I love you guys. This is why we do this. This is, and I know our partners and everyone can hear this enthusiasm and excitement. I think there's going to be so many opportunities for synergies here that we can come together and help even more people with their health and wealth planning needs. And so, Mark, thank you very much for the introduction. And Carl and Darin, guys, we could not be more excited. We're going to be making this announcement tomorrow. We've got a great video that our team has put together. We'll be sending out. We've got the press release will go out as well. This puts us as one of the largest annuity distributors in the U.S. today, with our combination of all the different plans that we have, including Brokers International and now Aegis, and then a lot of the other teams that we have. And so I just want to say, again, congratulations. Thank you for trusting us, and I can't wait to see what we can do to serve even more Americans together. So congratulations, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Thank you, Brian. Congratulations to you as well. Yeah, we're so excited.
Thank you. Again, everybody, thank you for joining us today. Please keep Skip and Marilyn in your prayers. Please also join us on Thursday for AEP virtual kickoff. Even if you're not in the Medicare market, we'd love for you to join to learn even more about what we're doing here at Integrity. We got a lot of exciting things that we're working on, and what we're putting together is something truly special. So congratulations again, Darin and Carl. Thank you again, Mark. Appreciate everybody for this exciting partnership. We can't wait to make this announcement tomorrow morning. God bless you guys. Hope you have a great week. Look forward to talking with you all soon. God bless you.